Hi, everybody. We're at the Jacob Edwards Library on the beginning of Pride Month. This year's theme was inclusivity and diversity in Southbridge. I think we've got some great pieces from both our LGBTQIA crowd and from our allies. Right here, we've got Roger Moran. He's a local welder who uses found pieces to make these fantastic birds and fish and all kinds of great things. This other piece by Roger that I just think is fantastic. It is a pair of pliers with a circular saw. I think it's just so cool.
Very cool.
All the pieces are for sale this year. Gabby is a visually impaired artist. She uses all recycled materials in her art. So the paint is old cans of house paint that she finds. She's got some fantastic magnets here. And best of all, her stuff is very, very affordable. The magnets are $5. You can't beat it, okay? Unfortunately, Gabby can't be with us tonight.
I'm happy to be here because this is a place where, as a community, we can come together and share our talents. I've been with my wife for 26 years, and I like to paint, and I take a lot of photography, and I didn't know which one to put in the show, so I put one of each. I was in Provincetown. I like to go for walks, and I found this down in an alley, and I just thought, wow, that is so powerful. You know, it's
just down a little alley.
Just a little alleyway, and it's just a piece of plywood. You can see everything in the knuckles, and it's so powerful.
All right. Well, I live in Woodstock, and I'm entirely self-trained. The painting that you're looking at tonight was inspired by De Chirico. I don't know if you're familiar with this Italian surrealist artist. He was very famous for drawing mannequins, and I got very fascinated by a lot of his stuff, and I wanted to do something that really showed movement. So I put this together and just did a bunch of figures and made them all connect. Coming back from Iran, I was just there for 3 weeks. I took tons and tons of photographs. Usually when I travel, I take a lot of photographs and I bring those back to the studio. And then I either do a painting or a drawing off of that. And I have tons of material from that trip. A lot of archaeological stuff, a lot of stuff that's just begging for pencil drawings and paintings. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm very happy to be part of the show celebrating Gay Pride Month.
This is fantastic. This is just great how everybody's connected and touching, even though they're different.
Exactly. Diversity in action.
Thank you, Michelle.
All right.
So I have two sides of my brain. One is focused on nature, which is what's displayed here. And the other is to deal with haunted and abandoned buildings. I've managed to become connected with a group called Silver Crescent Photography. And these guys are tough guys who get day passes to all of these buildings that are crumbling down around us. And we're able to go in and take pictures of what was once beauty.
So asbestos place?
Yeah, well, sometimes we have to wear masks. Oftentimes there are critters everywhere and they're excrement. I'm definitely convinced that some of them there have been non-human, spirits around us. So it's very fun. It's very fun. But two sides of my brain.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Martha.
You're welcome.
This is a piece of, obviously, hopefully you can tell it's a goat. It's kind of a fun piece from Cooper's Hilltop Farm. And I saw him and I took a photograph of him and I was like, I absolutely have to paint him. Sometimes I just know I have to paint something. This other one is just something like I kind of came up with out of my head, the native. Sometimes I just draw from photos, but sometimes I just draw from my head, my imagination.
Tell me about this woman down here. Is that you?
No, it's not.
I've seen that. I saw that once before and I thought it was
What's
you.
really funny is very often people think, these people that really don't look a lot like me, they think they're me because I think there's some of me in it. But this is Lisa Marie. She's a really wonderful singer, as is Willie J. Laws up at the top. He's a blues singer, hence the title, Blues. This is I don't know if you've noticed, but these are all fortunes in the background here.
No.
Yeah, from tea bags and, fortune cookies. I have all my friends saving their fortunes for me.
I'll do that for you for next year.
And I have a stack of them. I also did another piece with them. I'd like to do another one as I get more. This is obviously with the dragonflies about time. That's hence all the different wording. That's just kind of a fun collage piece. It's partly painted and partly collage. And this is another piece here that is something that I kind of just do. It's like my version of a doodle, so.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Paula, when you sent these to me, you sent me the photos of the actual paintings, but you didn't give me titles for them.
No, I hate
So
doing that.
everything is untitled, and then I got to name it myself. So this was the cow.
Yes.
And this is beached. I love that. How the I go down the Cape a lot, and I see these boats on the sand a lot like that. So what inspired you?
I don't go down very often, but I rely on people's photographs a lot. I actually look a lot. There's people who post their photos to use as references, and they like it when you do paintings of their pictures. So I look at the ones I like. I save some of them and try and do something different. And I like landscapes mainly, but yeah. And now I'm retired, so I have a lot more time to paint.
And thank you for being an ally and being with us during Pride Month.
Thank you.
Amelia is a fiber artist. She wants to talk to you about this. Is it a batik? Or what would you call the style?
I don't know the technical term. I'm very improvisational in my fiber art. This I made by folding up the fiber and clamping blocks on it to create the resist pattern in the textiles. You can see the white is where the dye did not completely reach the fiber, and the blue is where the dye was saturated.
And is this an indigo?
Yes, this is natural indigo fiber. No, I did not grow this. I do have other pieces that I did dye with natural indigo leaves that I just spun up in a blender, and that was a lot of fun to do. So if you ever want to grow indigo, I would recommend doing it.
And what is our fiber here?
Oh, this is just a piece of cotton. This is nothing special. But I do want to thank my teacher, Mahoko, who helped me with the indigo class, and my friend Kara.
In Worcester, right?
In Worcester at the Sowery Studio. She taught an indigo class one year, and if she ever repeats it, I would definitely recommend it 100% because I learned so much about indigo. And also my friend Kara, who's much better at sewing than me, helped me with the hemming. So I wanted to thank her for that as well. So.
Great. Well, thank you, Amelia, and thanks for being with us during Pride Month.
Oh, yeah, so happy. Thank you.
Okay. Cindy Keene is a retired Southbridge school teacher. Many, many, many years of dedication to fourth graders. Fourth graders.
Primarily.
Cindy and her son Ken have started woodworking, and they make these fantastic tables. Tell us about the tables and how they work, because I think they're a great, great idea.
Well, hello. So we started woodworking together when I retired just last year, and we don't spend that much time doing it, but when we can, we try to build functional things that'll make your house a little nicer. So these are tables that you just can tuck under any place along your sofa, and you just got a little spot for, a cup of tea or a little sweet. So we're novices, but we love to work together. And I want to thank Billy for curating this great exhibit and sharing the pride with everybody. So thank you very much.
So this is a macrame that I made from a cane that was salvaged from a building that was getting torn down. It's hand carved. And then the macrame is made with real wool. I actually got this wool for only $1 at our local Hope's Treasures. So shout out to Hope's Treasures. And this is regular acrylic yarn. And in the center is a clear quartz that I cleanse with incense and Reiki. So it should have good energy. If you want to bring something good energy into your home, it's $200. It is for sale.
I really like the whole recycling thing. I love this repurposing the cane. And where did you get the crystal?
So the crystal we actually mined from like a little, not from an actual mine, it was from like a little dig-it-yourself kids mine that we did at Storyland. So.
I'm up in the North Conway area all the time. I should go to Storyland and then.
You should mine at Storyland.
Get a crystal for myself. All
Yes.
right. Well, thank you, Cass. So John Polkowski, my husband, is wearing one of my scarves. And tell us about your works, John. You've been here many times before.
Yes, this is my third year at the library on a show. 2 years ago, I was alone. Last year, I was part of this group, as I am this year. And most of my paintings are seascapes.
You like the seascapes?
I do
You like the
enjoy.
Cape.
I like the Cape. I enjoy doing my paintings from the Cape, but I've been told I should branch out by different people. Oh, the lady that I saw that reads cards, she told me to branch out and do something really funky. So
Well, tell me about COVID Sunset.
that was 2020 when we were at the Cape in September, and that's an actual sunset. It's from a photograph that I took in September of 2020.
And that's a cool frame. Tell me about the frame, John.
Oh, that's an awesome frame. This is wood from lobster traps that are abundant on the Cape. They're old lobster traps that are no longer used, so we just pick up the wood and make the frames.
Cool. All right. We're going to move on to Maggie Griffiths.
Thank you.
So everyone, this is Maggie Griffiths, and Maggie did these two wonderful paintings behind us here. I love them because I can see the figures that you were trying to convey here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Maggie, and what inspired you to paint?
I suffer from autism, and this painting is all about defining who you are, no matter what sex you are, because being different doesn't mean you can stop being you.
That's fantastic. I think this is great. I can see figures in here, you, the whole theme. Maggie really captured it well, I think. Thank you. And thank you so much for being with us.
Hi.
Elm did this paint. Is it a painting or a watercolor?
Painting, acrylic.
It's an acrylic.
Yeah.
Tell us about the painting and why you're involved with this Pride show.
Yeah, so I actually found out about the show through Cass Reyes, and that's who the portrait is of. And I'm currently accepting commissions for portraits. If anyone out there likes the style of the portrait at all, because this one's not for sale, I'm going to be giving it to him. But yeah.
And you have studied fine art too, or you are studying?
Oh, I have studied fine arts in college. I studied sculpture for 4 years and have a bachelor's of fine arts from Mass Art in Boston. So I used to do a lot of more like 3D work, from like wood to metal to even ceramics. But now I'm just like, I have roots in painting, and now I'm kind of just like going back to doing more of that. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us. I hope you're going to be with us again many years in the future, and I look forward to seeing your sculptures.
Oh, sure.
Sure, yeah, great. Thank you.
So much.
If I could just point out, Margaret, to keep with the theme of Pride Month and the whole inclusivity, when I was weaving this piece, I didn't realize sock yarn comes with one section of undyed yarn. And I was going to cut it out, and I said, no, even though you're different, you're going to stay with us. So we kept the white line in there.
That's the theme.
That's the theme of inclusivity. This is Nico Day, and Nico has a couple of tiles in the case here. Nico, can you tell us what inspired you to do these two paintings, and what does the whole Pride event, and especially here at the library, mean for you?
So, the horse especially was mostly based off the game Red Dead Redemption 2. I really love that game. I really love any video games. And then the skull one is my love of horror, anything media. I always love that. And then Pride. I'm here because my grandmother told me about it. She knows that Pride is a big part of my life, obviously, because I'm trans. So everything in my life has to do with that. And I am proud to be who I am.
Thank you. And we're proud to have you with us. And I'm so happy to hear that you're doing your artwork. I look forward to seeing more of it.
Thank you.
Will you participate next year, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I believe the 26th, we're having a dramatic reading from Museful Intent. I thought I saw somebody from Museful Intent here. And there will be a panel discussion on diversity in theater following that reading. Mary Darling is my director. We just completed a show called Period up in Sturbridge, and I won't spoil any surprises, but let's just say it wasn't about punctuation.
Let's say that.
Punctuation. Mary, can you tell us about what you're thinking we're going to do on is it the 26th?
The 26th, Pride, yes. I think we're going to do like a panel about inclusivity in theater and just how to make sure it's a welcoming space for everyone. And then I think we'll do a staged reading. Keep it light, keep it fun, and talk to some folks that we work with.
Have you written the staged reading yet?
Well, no, we're working on it. We're working on it. We might go back to something old, but we might do something new. But either way, I think we'll have a good time.
Having been in a number of Mary's plays, I can say that I found that a lot of your characters are gender fluid.
Yes.
Do you think that's important, and for what reason?
I do. I really think everybody should see themselves in theater. That's very important to me, and just making sure that we're representing everyone and we're showing members of our community.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And so please come on the 26th and check out the Jacob Edwards Library website for the other events that are happening in the tri-community area. Please come into the library during operating hours, not open on Saturdays. So check out the artwork, check out the books. You got a nice display of Pride Month books over there. And that's it. Thank you.